What's up, bro? It's your bro, Dr. Bro. I think I did my epic mealtime intro wrong. What's up, YouTube? Sorry for the delay in vids. I wanted to let the epic duel time settle, just like the alcohol slowly settled into my brain, which made me quite eloquent when discussing the Dark World deck. But anyways, I'm here to do a discussion of quick thing of YCS Columbus, a quick thing about the Rabbit format, and then a couple of the cards from Photon Shockwave. And here we go. Columbus, I didn't do a full recap video because Columbus was kind of boring. You know, a lot of stuff that you expected to do well did do well. You expected Monster Match to do well. I did, at least, because the format supports this whole not using traps and using hand traps, like not like those traps. No, not those traps. Hand traps like Maxi, Effect Veiler, Battle Fader, cards that can be used from the hand. But anyways, yeah, so that deck was successful. I mean, decently successful. Agents were successful. Plants were hugely successful, and because pretty much every good player I knew, with the exception of a few, Scott Page, I'm looking at you, were using plants. Pretty much every good player I knew was using plants, so I knew they were going to do well. So Dark World would have done better, but Brandon Wigley, who was 8-0 with Dark World, got DQ'd for having extra cards in his deck box, and I think, I heard, I don't really know, maybe lying to a judge, because that's the only way I could see him getting as big of a penalty as a DQ. But anyways, that's that. And Columbus was boring, but congrats to Billy Brake for winning 2. He excels at making the rest of us feel like pure shit about our ability to, you know, win YCSs. What happened to the good old days when he was the guy who could never win one? Anyways, let's talk about the Rabbit format a little bit. I immediately see an issue with the Rabbit deck, other than the fact that it runs 6 vanilla monsters, which is most people's issue with it. My problem with it is that it doesn't have any monster destruction. Unless, I mean, you have Zen mains, but every deck has Zen mains, and Zen mains can be played around. And so, like, while other decks can be like, oh, I'm dropping Hyperion, I'm dropping BLS to deal with issues. You know, I'm dropping Synchros like Trishula, or I'm dropping Brionax or Black Roses, or all this other stuff to deal with problems. Rabbit is like, well, I'm dropping Kaiser's stuff that if you already have a setup, is not very good. But it also has like the strongest setup since like Samurais were good. Not as consistent though, because Samurais were so consistent because Rhodas and She and Smoke Signals and blah blah blah. But yeah, don't think it'll have a strong showing. I think it'll be Dark World version 2, as in I actually think Dark Worlds might even be better than Rescue Rabbit. But that's just speculation. Hopefully they don't win to make me look like a retard. But next up, discussion of cards in Photon Shockwave that are good that no one is talking about, which there's a few. Everyone's so obsessed with Rescue Rabbit and the Kaisers and Zen mains, and they should be because these are great cards. But no one's talking about these other cards that are in there that are either they're not necessarily gonna change the format now. They might. I could see some of these being played at KC, but they will as formats change, because while they might not be strong in this format, when the formats get slower or whatever, then they could come back. Anyways, the first card I see is Kage Tokage. Now, Kage Tokage, this lizard friend, is also a gadget friend, because whenever you normal summon, he specials himself, which makes the Exceed plays more possible in offering gadgets than they were before. So I feel like he is a great addition to that. For those who play Goblinberg, I'm pretty sure Goblinberg forces your gadget to miss the timing because of his effect. So that's why this card would be better. Next card I see is Tribe Shocking Virus, which is obviously a watered-down version of Tribe Infecting Virus, which is a watered-down version of Ebola. So, Tribe Shocking Virus, definitely a card I could see seeing some side deck play eventually. Maybe even now with Agents, because it's a great way to get past those Christia plays, because Christia dominates the mirror match in Agents. So it's a great way to kind of to poop on Christia's face. And then you could drop your Hyperions and stuff and your BLSs that you couldn't drop before. You know, if Blackwings come back, I could again seeing a ton of play. A Traffic Control. 1 Day of Peace, which is just another stupid Zero Gardna, Thunder of Ruler, Waboku kind of card for that stupid deck, and makes Final Countdown even more gay, which I wouldn't be surprised to see that deck get a play at KC. I expect it to get a deck profile at KC, so look for that. Who knows, maybe it'll even top. Next card would be Extra Gate, which is actually, the more I think about it, the more I like it more. mostly just in Dark Worlds because you can force a discard with Dark Worlds, which is decent. But I like that it has more versatility in that, you know, if your opponent is going into a Formula Synchron play, you can call level 2 and stop that. If your opponent's trying to make a Armory Arm play or a Black Rose play, there's a decent chance that they'll only... Some people run multiple 7s, but there's a decent chance that you can stop them from making a Black Rose play. But the best is probably against Formula Synchron. Oh, also, level 9 to stop Trishula plays is pretty good too. So, you know, the more I think about it, the more I'm starting to say, like, yeah, that card's not bad. It's a quick play spell that can force your opponent into like a weird position, kind of like Max C does, where they have to stop with all these tuners and stuff on the board. I kind of like that. So, decent card, a card that I expect to see at least maybe side deck play in Dark Worlds. Maybe won't see any play because people won't experiment with it, but it seems decent. Next card would be Shard of Greed, which seems really, really good, just not right now, because all these decks are too fast and they really don't have the time to wait. I wouldn't be surprised to see some decks using it at KC. If someone decided to play Monster Mash or something like that, I could really see that card seeing play in a slow, long-term advantage deck like that, because it's just free +1s, and that's great. Like, it's just, you know, like at worst it's a 1-for-1. It's a very strong card. So I expect that card to see play eventually. I really, really do. Next card is Dark Light. Dark Light, you know, which is like a Pachycephalo in trap form, which seems very good. Already decent with, you know, maybe decks that run Doomcal and things like that right now, but I could see it seeing play in the future if Blackwings ever come back, or maybe if Dark Synchro comes back, or any other sort of dark theme, you know, maybe even some sort of Infinities. I don't know. It's another card that seems really good, just not right now, but I expect to see play eventually. What other card? I don't even know how to pronounce this. Meta-Ion. Meta-Ion seems good because it's a 1-card Mistworm play. In that, you know, where it just bounces, you know, all these synchros that you can't deal with. You know, they got Gachi, Trishula, and all this other shit, and it seems pretty good, unless I read it wrong, which I hope I didn't. Which if I did, this part will get deleted. But if you're watching this right now, it means I read it correctly, and it functions as a kind of mini Mistworm to clear the board of that stuff, and it even does a little bit of burn damage, which, burn damage really cannot be underrated. Like, there's a reason why Dark Strike Fighter went from everyone going, to him becoming like a format-defining card. Now, I'm not saying this is going to be Dark Strike Fighter, but I'm saying that burn is better than it looks. And to have that extra burn, you know, to be able to push to just do 900 damage, a lot of times might be the difference between you winning and losing. So, and I like the Mistworm part of it. So that card is one of the... And it's a fairy. And fairies have a ton of support, and they're awesome, you know? So, sick. Yeah. I think those cards are pretty good. I think they're pretty good. Just not right now. But no one's talking about it. Kage Tokage might be good. I wouldn't be surprised to see that get a deck profile at KC2 and possibly even top. Tribe Shocking Virus is one of the better ones. Obviously things like Zen Mains and Evil Kaisers, all that stuff's good. But these cards I feel like are kind of under the radar. You know what I mean? They're kind of under the radar. Kind of like my pecs, which are under the layar of Twinkies. So, that's... oh yeah, I have a YouTube partnership now. Sick! Now I've got like sick banners and sick ads, and you guys are getting advertisements, which everyone loves advertisements. I'm bringing it to you sick dope style, bruh. Bringing them ads. But anyways, I'm a YouTube partner, so thank you for all you new subscribers who got a chance to watch Epic Duel Time, which is also known as Epic Drink Time, which the next morning became Epic Hangover Time. I've been saving that one. So, that's it for me. Thank you, new subscribers. I hope you enjoy the videos I have for you. An Epic Duel Time will be coming again soon. And that's it for me, DrDroo, signing bro.